dances simplicity. She performs simplicity, dancing an iconic moving sculpture, tracking her hemisphere and the geography of her body. She learns the length of her limbs. She embarks on a diagonal with the confidence of gymnast, taking a mental pause before performing an impressive string of jumps, tumbles, and somersaults. She performs in Egypt.
Moving leisurely, she practices simplicity, dancing an iconic, moving sculpture, tracking her kinesphere and the geography of her body. She learns the length of her limbs. She embarks on a diagonal with the confidence of a gymnast, taking a mental pause before performing an impressive stream of jumps, tumbles and somersaults. She performs her usual fascinating shit. Satellite tracking. She is frequently asked, is your location turned on? She performs simplicity, the primitive her guide. She practices reciprocity. A dance studio needs a dancer. The land needs its artist too. Travelling swiftly, she gathers information with her feet from the ground. She notes the differences between her right and left foot. Working together and independently, she scribbles through time, transmitting her findings simultaneously throughout the rest of her body. What if it's her shadow that's performing and she's the transitory visitor, her duplicitous body? She plays off balance to fire her momentum, a time capsule of movement accumulating as she moves through space. She performs repeated dramatic drops to the ground to convince the farmers and the farm volunteers of her commitment to her dance. No one is watching. Nobody is fooled, including her own. She is her own streaming service. She tunnels above ground for ideas, curating every moment, rendering. She codes like two AI bots communicating. She ties herself in quick release knots. She is an escape artist. She doubles down on diligence with her dance. Her rewards are more questions. Shelter, rain, energy low. She comes to the studio, sits on the ground and writes, get lower. The body land rolls, slides to conduct comfort, melting muscles, tendons stored in a deep cupboard, ligaments stood down, masticating ideas, paper fastener joints, explosiveness stored in her muscles, retired, her fingertips comfort, they're touching, pressing, stroking a mother. She is nature in the studio. She has contained herself, marinating in gravity like undulating seaweed in the ocean. She has no appetites for others' puzzles. She is already exploring a wide channel of play and doesn't have the games of interruption. Scaling the studio floor, the pressure of her hand can elevate her torso. Her body, a self-organizing structure. Her body signs her stories, opening the drawers where they're stored, like the women in Dali's paintings. She must remember to close them all. The linear awaits, where she always returns. The performer, writer, director, producer, runner, financial backer, location scout, prop mistress, inconsistent continuity person, her agent, her PA, her press releasing. She is the lead, the supporting cast, the extras, the audience. She is her own stunt woman, writes her own call list, makes live edits, conducts interviews with herself, gives herself notes. Her in and outer critic. She styles herself, is her not costume designer, her not makeup artist, her not hairstylist. Her, she feeds herself, serves herself, lives herself, loves herself, reaches herself, guides herself, lets herself, sees herself, buys herself, and doesn't sell herself. She slides further away and more towards, directing her trajectory, surrendering her gut to the land, and feeding her senses with her perpetual questions, lighting her path with her wisdom, learning the land with her body, sensing her seeing with her cells, being the nothing with the everything she is. Her welcoming, her aging, her not shielding from her living, her being, her loving, her understanding, her vision, her lying, left behind, her emboldening, her eldering, her mistaking, always learning, her smiling, her sighing, her seeing, her scars and her slackening, and her strengthening, her story.